Hello everyone and welcome back to Sack to the Future. This is week number 16. This is the 9th or 10th game, second to last game. The only other game that will be aired for week 16 after this will be the Baltimore Colts matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers on the Vinny X Wolf channel, which should be tonight. We have a special third bonus game for you here, and that is the 11-3 Green Bay Packers visiting the 7-7 New York Titans.
The running game will be a focus today. The Jets are top 10 in rush yards allowed.
Thank you, Larry. Coming to you from just
So let's go ahead and get this set up here. Get that to slow. All right, so lots of meaning in this one. The Packers are clearly the higher rated team as far as on paper, going position by position, loaded with Hall of Famers, and certainly the favorite. However, New York has the home field, and that's what they're going to have to rely on. Out comes Al Duro, over 3,000 yards on the year. More touchdowns than interceptions, always good. But what I was going to say is the Titans are technically, now they have to have everything go perfect, but they're technically still alive at 7-7. Of course, the first step is they must win this game, and then they need a lot of help. But first step, they are win the game here against the Packers to get to 8-7. And here's a look at the Jets' offensive line: Klotz, Mishak, Hadek, Pyle, and Jacobs. Across the line, Dick Christie and Curly Johnson will be your runners. Don Maynard and Art Powell are your wideouts.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
And on the Packers side of the ball, 11-3 is a fantastic record, but the Bears won earlier today, which means they are a half game and a tiebreaker behind the Chicago Bears. So what can the Packers still do? Well, they can win out, go 13-3. And if the Bears lose in Week 17, the Packers can get a bye and the 2 seed. Take a look at these Hall of Famers. Curry, Nitschke, Bettis, and Forrester are your linebackers. Greminger and Tunnel are the safeties today. Adderley and Wood are your corners. The Packers do have one injury at safety. Well, Gremlinger actually is, in real life, did start 5 of the games, so it's not like he is filling in. Tunnel also actually Tunnel's the one that's filling in. Gremlinger, of course, is the starter. Jesse Whittington, the All-Pro, is the one that is injured, and so that's why, of course, you have Tunnel filling in. But Tunnel's a heck of a fill-in. I mean, he's a little bit into his career at age 36, which is the only thing that keeps him from being the starter in the first place. There's another Hall of Famer, Bart Starr. Look at that, 9 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. So Bart Starr having a bad year for him, and even a bad year for Sack to the Future standards. But he's got his team at 11-3. And still a dangerous man to face in the playoffs. Quick drop. It'll actually be a swing pass to Max McGee. They'll get out to the 23-yard line. Take a look at the great offensive line. Skronsky, Thurston, Ringo, Kramer, and of course, Forrest Glenn. Jim Taylor and Horning are your running backs. McGee and Campbell playing receiver today, and Kramer is your tight end. Bart Starr back to pass. Slings it over the middle to no one in particular. So the Packers, as you saw, were loaded. They're loaded on the line, loaded at running back. But receivers is where they have problems. Here's a look at the Titans defense real quick. Youngelman, Gooseman, missed the third one. Stephan and Ellis in the middle. Cook and Grantham are your outside backers. Grantham's a bit of a star. Dick Felt and Rusher is the safeties with Paulin and the other guy at corner. Paulson and Bookman, I believe, was the other corner. 3rd and 7 now for Bart Starr from the shotgun. He'll sling it downfield and he'll find Max McGee. So I was going to say the one weakness perhaps that the Titans can exploit is at receiver, as Boyd Dowler, drafted by the Army but then allowed to play for the semi-pro Saints here in Sack to the Future, is missing. And with 1961 rosters being what they were, there is not much depth at the receiver position. So you'll see players such as Campbell playing today, who's just a roster filler. It's a handoff to Jim Taylor. He gets 11 yards.
Now look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey,
now Jim Taylor, of course, is a sensational player as well as Paul Horning, so they have two great running backs. Taylor is over 1,000 yards, but if you've been following Sack to the Future, you'll understand that he is nowhere near the rushing title, as Jim Brown, Billy Cannon, and Webster of the Giants are all, it's not likely, but they all have outside chance to hit 3,000 yards for the season. Jim Taylor just slightly over 1,000, which is a good season, but it's just the way Sack to the Future is going here in 1961. And there's confirmation from Vinny on the Vinny X Wolf channel. Tonight it will happen. The Colts and Steelers. Like these Titans, the Steelers are still technically alive. Again, they need everything to go their way, so the Steelers are rooting for a Packer victory here. The Titans will be rooting for the Colts if they can win this game.
Slide down to avoid the contact. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a
so Bart Starr gets 7 of it on the scramble, but way short of the first down. And the Titans are hanging with the pack so far.
Last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
Out comes Aldero again. Here's a look at the playoff picture. You see two 14-1 teams have clinched the playoffs. Chargers right now lead the division, but that's an all winner-take-all game next week. Chargers and Broncos. You also saw the Boston Patriots currently in first, but they are only up by a game, and their Week 17 matchup is against the Bills, and that is a winner-take-all. Now, how do the Titans get in? Well, the Patriots win their game and win the division, knocking out Buffalo. The Chargers win, knocking out the Broncos. The Steelers only go 1-1 in their last 2 games, or just lose tonight. And the Jets win this one, and well, the Titans win this one and next week. And then there's still one more thing on top of all that. There's still one more thing that has to happen. And if it does, the Titans will end up being your 6th seed. Hey Ryan, how's it going?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to
I don't know when you join. I don't know if you can see past comments. I think you can. If you can't, I was just saying that Vinny is going to have the last game of Week 16 Sack to the Future on his channel tonight. Not sure if it will be following both games, both college playoff games in real life or not. I'm trying to get this in before the Notre Dame game gets too involved.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer.
I didn't want to say, oh, look at that punt. Man. That's a 79-yard punt with the bounce.
That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016...
So Green Bay, of course, is already in the playoffs as a wild card. They could fall down to the 6th seed, so they want to win to make sure that they guarantee at least 5th seed. And, of course, they're still thinking division. A win here, and they're still alive to get the 2 seed, so that's what they're playing for.
But second down instead. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment.
So tonight, big game between the Colts and Steelers. And Week 7 has already set up for winner-take-all in both the AFC West and AFC North divisions. Depending what happens in this game and the game tonight, the Steelers game will be against the Browns. May decide home field throughout the playoffs if the Browns win and the Oilers lose, or if the Browns lose, that'll give it to the Oilers. And the Steelers may still be fighting if they win tonight against Baltimore Colts. They could be fighting for a playoff spot in Week 17. If the Titans win here, they'll play for a playoff spot. If the Packers win here, the Packers and Bears have to decide their division. We already know that the Eagles will be playing the Colts. If they lose, that opens the door for the Cowboys, who have to play the Giants. If the Giants, even if the Giants lose, then I know they have the edge on the Bears. If the Giants and Packers both go 13-3, not sure who has the tiebreaker. I think the Giants have the tiebreaker either way, which means that the Giants are already the 1 seed. So we'll see if the Giants will probably play with an opportunity to knock out the Cowboys. I would think they would still go ahead and start their guys and make sure they get rid of their rival. However, you never know. They might sit some people, and maybe the Cowboys will have an easier game than expected. There's Christie up near midfield.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet.
Oh, that is good news, Ryan. 1925. Going back that far, it's always or can be a struggle to find enough research that gives you the details you want.
Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
I'm not sure if are the announcers loud to you guys? Like when they call that receiver Robbie Anderson, it's clearly not. That's kind of annoying to me. I'm not sure how loud it is coming across. Maybe I'll go in there and turn it down. Boydston in motion here, setting up a block. No, it's a play action pass. Duro will not get rid of the ball as he's going to get sacked by Samank.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback.
John Seamack on the sack.
On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. And the Ravens have opened it up a bit, leading by a couple of scores. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Dang it. Okay.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Brandon, with the last couple of plays for the offense not being
3rd
good
and 21 now.
My thought process as a coordinator, get the ball in the hands of my best player and see if I can salvage anything out of this drive.
Well, Vinny, you got to do what you got to do.
They'll look to throw here. Looking deep downfield. He's got it.
Oh, Duro looks deep, and Brewster comes up with the catch. 37-yard gain. And hold on to your hats, everyone. The Titans are in the red zone here against the Packers, and we'll start the second quarter. Tie game with the Titans looking to score.
Quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there.
And at the end of the first quarter, we'll go ahead and get these announcers
downfield for a nice completion.
to settle down and stop saying the wrong names of everyone.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by
I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's because of the 3 different profiles, but this third profile, at least, ever since I put that in there, it seems to reset everything. And not even this one. Like, I'll go back to the Phantom Fighter profile and have problems there where everything resets. Pretty annoying. Oh. So after this play, I guess, is when I'll be able to change the audio settings. Duro will fake it, and he'll get in all kinds of trouble as the corner blitz is coming. The safety blitz, sorry, and Tunnel, the man filling in, the longtime starter for the Pack, filling in due to the injury, gets the sack.
35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory.
Okay, well, it said they were only at 10, so I'm not sure why they were sounding loud. Looks like it did not actually reset, but just turn them off. I'll pretend that Robbie Anderson's playing in this game. So I have noticed that if you change the roster, obviously with Sack to the Future, continuous, play through history here, there's no way that you can have the rosters. Well, I guess we could have changed everyone's name before starting the season, but it's not what we did. So changing them as we go. So they still change, or they still announce the guy it used to be. So obviously that receiver used to be Robbie Anderson. Announcer still calls him Robbie Anderson. If you do change outside of CFM, like with Best Era Football, if you watch any of that, then you should not hear them announce the wrong name. Maybe a couple guys that stuck in as free agents and later had to be renamed, but most people won't be referred to during the play. Like for instance, Drew Brees. Who the heck is Drew Brees? I can't remember who he is now, but or like Bernie Kosar, I know is Marcus Mariota. So during the game, they won't say Mariota throws the pass or this or that. But if you're playing another game and they reference the Cleveland Browns game, they'll be like, the Browns winning, Mariota has 2 touchdown passes. So even if you do it outside of CFM, they still resort to the old names. But if you do it inside CFM, then they call it the underlying player's name the entire time. I heard that, yeah, basically every other game is better at customization than Madden. I think we are aware of that. The show gives you names to say. 2K Live just gives you the historic basketball teams. And I don't know much about FIFA, and I haven't tried. I have one of the NHL games, but not one of the newer ones. So, not sure on theirs, but I even heard that FIFA's better at it. So Madden, pretty much dead last in sports games as far as customization goes. Anyways, Packers having problems with the Titans defense. The Titans defense played the Bears a couple weeks ago and played them tough. Last week, lost to the Buffalo Bills 15-14, which almost knocked them out of the playoffs. But I think they're, again, everything has to go right, but they're still alive. But they've played tough the last couple of weeks, even though they lost both games. Wait a minute. I forgot. Are the Titans 6-8? The Titans might already be out. They might have had to beat the Bills. Sorry about that. I think they might be 6-8 and already out. Well, they're playing well, so we'll pretend they're playing for something. So Max McGee on the punt again. That's odd for the Packers too. Well, as you saw earlier, Bart Starr has been struggling a bit this year. And the way the Titans team is ending the season, defensively at least, it's not too much of a surprise the Packers are having a problem. Oh, they beat the Bills. Okay. Okay. So that's what happened. The Titans beat the Bills. So they are still alive. Okay, they are still playing for something. No wonder why they're playing so hard. Thank you, Vinny. Confusing myself in the head as played so many games. Sack to the future in the last few days. There's Nitschke getting through and laying the lumber on Duro for the sack. If he wouldn't have got there, Willie Davis or whoever that was diving on the other side was going to get there. Nitschke's there. Davis is right there about to get him. In comes. Is that Curry on the other side? No, it's not. Not sure exactly who that was on the other side. It might have been Dan Curry. Play action pass now. Duro on 2nd and 18. Got it. And he's launching one deep. Basically just a 50-50 jump ball. That's not going to work today. 3rd and 18 coming up. See the Eagles on top of the Saints. Eagles and Cowboys both playing semi-pro teams, deadlocked for that last wildcard position. Duro scrambles, he slings it downfield and incomplete. Well, the Packers defense, they do a good job of not giving you big windows, so you have to be quite accurate as a passer to get passes complete downfield. So even though their offense has pretty much taken the day off, their defense has kept it to a 3-point game. And out comes Bart Starr again, trying to get something to go. If the Titans win, the Bears clinch the North. That would be awesome. But here's Taylor refusing to go down, also refusing to get unglued from Kramer. So it's only a 4-yard gain. And there you see the 49ers and the Vikings. That was already broadcast on the Vinny X Wolf channel. We know what happened there. The Vikings won yet again. They are looking good down the stretch. No chance at the playoffs, but looking like possibly a scary team next year when Marshall and Tarkenton come back. And the 49ers are just trying desperately to give away that division, as they've lost, I think, 3 in a row now, all the way down to 7 and 8, but still can win the division in Week 17. Here's Bart Starr with the swing pass to Horning, and that's a first down. Starr's going to throw again, and that time he had Kramer. He just made a bad throw. Cotton Davidson's back for the Dallas Texans, but it's too little too late. They're already eliminated. Now the Titans are, on paper, bigger underdogs than Notre Dame is. However, everything I've been hearing on the shows is basically telling me Notre Dame has no chance, which I don't understand because they're very good. I mean, I know how good Clemson is, and Clemson should be the favorite. But I wouldn't say Notre Dame has no chance. I'm not going into it expecting a Notre Dame win, but I'm not going into it thinking they have no chance. They definitely can win the game. If it was a 7-game series, yeah, maybe they lose in 6 or 7, but it's not like they get swept 4-0. On the other hand, Alabama is going to crush Oklahoma, I'm pretty sure. There's Bart Starr, finds Campbell across the middle for the first down. The legendary Campbell, who of course is a roster filler. So the Titans just trying to keep the Packers out of the end zone here, as they fought hard to get this lead. A tie would be all right. They don't want to be trailing though at the half. And that run by Taylor is it for until the 2-minute warning. See, Boston Patriots having a hard time with the semi-pro Baltimore Ravens team. But, well, I'll let you watch the scores if you don't know. If you've seen other scores, you know what happens. Oh! Bart Starr throws it right into the Titans. Look at this. Bart Starr is going to save the touchdown. Dang it. I mean, I'm not biased at all. But what a event, I guess. What a terrible throw, and then a nice tackle by Bart Starr to stop Bert Reshashar. Sorry, I'm not sure how to say that name. Reshashar. Oh my God. And then Al Duro gives it right back, throws it right into Forrester's hand, but he's going to take it the distance. Friggin' Packers. Well, there you go. There you go. Bill Forrester, of course. The all-time great linebacker. Yada, yada, yada. Packers win. Vinny, how dare you? Just kidding. Oh! And then the point after is blocked, picked up by Harris, and the Titans are going to get 2 points. What is going on? So it looked like the Packers were at least going to tie it at 3. They throw the pick. Duro gives it right back for a pick 6, but then the Titans still get 2 points out of it. Whew. So all of a sudden, a game with not much points on the board gets a flurry of action here inside the 2-minute warning. And with 1:44 left in the first half, it is the Packers 6, the Titans 5. So Al Duro now. Let's throw it no more times to the Packers, please. Harris, of course, roster filler for the Titans. So there's that. Duro now in trouble. Gets it out to Boydston. Yes. The fact that anything exciting happened has made it a better game than last week's Cardinals-Lions game. Unless you love defense. I mean, the Lions played pretty wonderful defense, actually, but the Cardinals were just completely pathetic. Duro misses his man there. He had him for the first down. Not sure exactly what he was looking at, but that'll bring up 3rd and 4. I haven't looked at the schedule. I'm not sure how many bonus games we'll have in Week 17, but all 8. I mean, if the Packers hold on to this lead, then all 8 user games have playoff implications, which is amazing. amazing setup for Week 17. Duro now, he'll scramble. He'll get rid of it. On the money to Boydston. Inside the 40. Nice job by Duro. He's 8 of 14 for 87 yards. It's really just that pick six. That was his only mistake. It was a huge one, though, as they went from winning to losing on that play. Oh, misses his man in the flat there, which, of course, his man that he was going for was a roster filler, I believe. I'm unaware of a proper number 80 player on the Titans. Oh my gosh! Duro throws it right into the Packers' hands again. So it looked like perhaps they were driving to regain the lead. But Duro says, here you go, Packers. I told you the Packers only let you have tight windows. So you can either be careful and punt a lot, or you can take the risk, and that's what might happen. Interceptions. Bart Starr is only 4 of 10 himself, so the Titans are closing the windows almost equally as well as the Packers today. See, Vinny got caught at his family function watching the phone. Probably not good. Hopefully he is allowed to tune back in later. Or at least bring us his game, the Baltimore Colts and Steelers. So here we go. Titans have made some mistakes, or Aldero's made some mistakes, giving the Packers the lead, but it's only 6-5 if they can stop them on this 3rd and 17. And after horning, so the Packers just baiting the Titans to use a timeout there, which they do. And the Titans will get the ball back, down by just 1 point. Well, when you look at the ratings of these teams, I think the Packers come in as the only team rated over a 90 as a team. And the Titans are somewhere around the Bills and Broncos. Better than the Broncos, I'm not sure. Maybe 1 point less than the Bills or something like that, but they were rated as a 67. When I played the Seattle Seahawks, the semi-pro team, they were 66. So the Titans, according to the paper ratings and lack of depth, are only slightly better than semi-pro. The Packers are, of course, in the 90s because they're loaded with Hall of Famers. But here you see the Titans are playing, for the most part, a great game. Without the couple of Duro mistakes, they would be winning, but they're still within a point. Still an impressive effort from the Titans so far. And Duro has his man, Powell, inside the 40, and that will be the last timeout. Nice throw there by Aldero. 38, that's 55-yarder. Their kicker is not making that. So you'd like to see another 10 yards, but they only have 19 seconds to work with. Let's see here. Duro. Well, they run for it. No, he's going to scramble. He keeps his eyes downfield. Now he tucks it. He's going to run. Makes a move across 30. You got to get out of bounds. Oh, boy. 9, 8, 7. The move was nice, but you had to get back out of bounds, and they're not going to be able to do it. It doesn't even look like they're trying. First half comes to an end. Packers 6, Titans 5. All right, skipping the halftime as the Notre Dame game is going to be starting soon. Try to get a faster second half in here. But hopefully the game remains good. Now, you just saw down below, if you were paying attention, the semi-pro Bengals team took the lead on the Dallas Texans. The semi-pro Bengals is one of the people that can knock out the Titans. So, amongst other things, one of the things the Titans need to go right is they need, obviously, no semi-pro team to get in the playoff. And the Bengals could still get in if they win this game. Starr from the shotgun now. They'll get it out to Kramer. Nice tackle. Keeps him short of the first down. Star still under 50% on the day. Packers offense up to 101 yards only. And if Taylor, he will fight his way through past the first down. Tackled on that play by Dick Guzman. So you should see a heavy dose of running game from the Packers with the way Bart Starr is struggling and the fact that the Packers are loaded on offensive line and running back. There's Taylor, 40, 50, 45, all the way down to the 40. It begins. Taylor now up to 53 yards. Packers only at 68 yards on the ground, but I would expect them to get, if it goes the way they want it to, they'll probably be at 150 when the game's over. And after Horning now, he'll get across up to the 31-yard line. He's only carried it twice, but has 14 yards. Packers run right, Packers run left. Really, at this point, no reason to even throw the ball as well as they're running it. And after Horning up the middle, first down. Right, left, middle, they covered all three in the last 3 plays. There's a closer look at Horning covering the ball, knowing he only needs a yard, just get the first down. Turnovers have been a big part of the game so far. No reason to do another one. Starr now, he'll finally throw. They've run enough that they should have some open lanes, but Starr can't find one. He throws it out of bounds. You see that Baltimore Ravens semi-pro quarterback has only thrown 1 incompletion. No wonder why the Patriots are having all kinds of problems. Starr now, back to pass. He'll throw underneath to Moore, who fumbles his way to the 25-yard line, 3rd and 7. Well, if the Titans can hold here, they can keep it to where just a one-play touchdown can win the thing. Well, Dallas Texans have taken the lead back on the semi-pro Bengals. Bart Starr hits Knaflic down to the 5-yard line. Gary Knaflic, big number 84, backup tight end. All right, Titans. Oh, there we go. Packers line. They might be great, but even they can make mistakes. And they make one there, costing their team 5 yards. 4.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's a tight game. Packers may have thought they could blow out the Titans, but the Titans have been playing very well on defense the last couple of weeks. And there's a completion to Knaflic, and Bart Starr has his touchdown pass. And that spreads the lead out a little bit further, up to 7. Now, last time Horning came in for an extra point, it was blocked and returned. Let's see if the Titans can get 2 more. They can't. Horning puts this one through. But, luckily, 2-point conversions are a thing for the Titans. And so down by 13-5. They're still just 1 score away. The Saints have made it closer. The semi-pro Saints only down by 7 against the Philadelphia Eagles. I think if the Eagles win out, they're in. Cowboys also struggling with their semi-pro team, only up 7-0. There you see a team way worse than semi-pros. The Redskins get demolished, 1-14 now. Total yards, the Packers are better, but again, it's not a blowout. Titans have done most of their work through the airs. The running game hasn't really got going, but here's Giroux going to try to add some running yards there, and he slides to avoid the fumble. That's good. Only his 2nd scramble, so that's nice. Sometimes he gets carried away and scrambles 8 to 10 times in the game, much like Jack Kemp, who actually paid for it against the Cardinals. Haven't gotten the update. Unfortunately, I missed something that was happening in my YouTube, in that Chargers Cardinals game. I couldn't comment, and then I could, and then all of a sudden it went out, and I actually had not gone back and even rewatched the finish. So I know the Chargers were up by 6, and the Cardinals had the ball. So I'm not gonna. I can't spoil it for anyone else because I haven't even seen the ending yet. So I was see if that score flashes underneath. But I know Jack Kemp was hurt before my YouTube gave me the problems that it did. Not sure if he came back in that game or if Brian was able to get an update to tell everyone. But that will be interesting as well. So on top of all the playoff implications that will happen in Week 17, there's also some reasons to tune in. No, if you know about Jack Kemp's injury, then you could definitely let me know. Otherwise, as I just thought about it, I will go back and watch the end of that. So yeah, don't. If the score comes across on the bottom, then obviously you can let me know some details. But if not, then I guess I'll go ahead and watch it and see if the Chargers held on or if the Cardinals came back. I have a feeling the Chargers hang on just because the Niners keep trying to give the division to the Cardinals, and the Cardinals keep rejecting it. There's a huge hole for Christie, maybe his best hole of the game. Only his 5th carry. He's up to 23 yards now. And Nitschke has another tackle, but the Packers are having a game here with the Titans. 13-5. Titans got to find a way to put this in the end zone, though. Now it's a handoff to Curly Johnson, all the way down to the 11-yard line. So back-to-back plays, the Titans have been able to hold or make some holes for their backs. And now the Titans are turning into a more balanced offense as well. Well, that's good news. I definitely got to go check out the Brian Feltz channel after this. Or in between, maybe during the commercials of the Notre Dame game or something. Now, if for some reason the experts are right, so-called experts, and Clemson is just dominating Notre Dame, then I will probably go ahead and broadcast Best Era Football game on this channel later today. That would be a battle of winless teams, 99 Jaguars against the 85 New York Jets. Curly Johnson, not much there. Hopefully, though, the Notre Dame game will be close. Hopefully they'll win, but at least close enough that I don't feel the need to turn it off and go back to mid. But I will certainly be able to have time to finish that bonus game off and see if the Chargers have won or not. Oh, there's Willie Davis just grabbing Giroux and slamming him to the ground. And the Titans on 4th and 18 should just kick the field goal here. Now they're down by 8, but yep, that's the right decision. Get the points. Hope to get another drive in the 4th quarter. Kick is up, and that is through. So the Titans get a little closer. It is 13-8. That kick was nowhere near 50. It was a 37-yard field goal, but we got the update that indeed he has made a 50-yard field goal earlier this year, which is important to know, I guess. All right, so why are they showing Jim Taylor? Well, because he should be getting a huge majority of the plays now. 13-8. A offensive line that almost averages a Hall of Fame player. I think they have at least 2. Do they have 3? Maybe they have 2 and a should be. And the first play, that line does not do what they're supposed to, and Youngelman comes in and gets the sack. So questionable call there by Vince Lombardi going to the air. And now it's 2nd and 19, and they probably can't run their way out of it. So Bart Starr is going to have to throw again, which is great news for the Titans and Bears. Starr, quick throw, gets it out to Kramer. Tackled almost immediately by, I think that was Larry Grantham out there. Probably the biggest name that the Titans have on defense. Here's Bart Starr from the shotgun, 3rd and 11. Titans need a stand here. Great job by the offensive line, but the good coverage on the back end forces Bart Starr to throw it away. 22 seconds left in the third. The Titans will be getting the ball back, down by just the 5 points. I was going to say earlier, on top of all the playoff implications, if you're into statistics... Oh! Lofton splits a couple of defenders. He goes inside the 30, 20, 10. Horning won't catch him. Or, I'm sorry, McGee doesn't catch him. And he's gone for a punt return touchdown. Oh, my goodness. That was amazing by the punt return. Is that more roster filler? Who the hell's Lofton? All right, well, they might win this game due to their roster fillers, but either way, it has been an exciting game because of a couple special teams plays by players who didn't actually make it onto the Titans team, at least this year, long into the year. Don't have the details on Lofton himself. He may have been someone drafted by the Titans that didn't actually make the team, but glad he did here in Sack to the Future. The Titans are up 14-13 and now trying to make it a 3-point lead. Duro will give it to Christian. He's in. 2-point conversion is good. And the Titans lead the Packers 16-13 with 10 seconds to go. We've had a extra point returned for 2 points and a punt return for a touchdown by the New York Titans. The Packers, of course, have a pick six to their credit. So all kinds of things that are not from the offense are helping this game be very exciting. And then you look at total yards, and they're about balanced equal. So it's not just trickery that have caused the Titans to take the lead. It's been a very even game with some big plays from the units that are not the offenses. Bart Starr now handoff to Taylor. He gets past a couple of guys, but luckily, big number 22. Who's Lee Riley, comes up from his safety position and sends him down before he gets too carried away. We've played 3 quarters. New York Titans 16, Green Bay Packers 13. Now, every time I say this, an exciting plays happen, so I'm just going to keep saying it. On top of all the playoff implications, there are some statistical things happening in Week 17. The number one thing to look for is probably the rushing title. Jim Brown has it right now. Let's see if I can give you the actual numbers. These are ridiculous as far as statistics. How high is Jim Brown? Jim Brown, going into Week 17, has 2,702 yards. 2702. I know in real 1961 they did not play 16 games, but even still, 2702. It's an amazing job by Brian Feltz. But 2702 has not even wrapped it up, as Webster of the Giants is at 2612, down by 90 yards, and then just an additional 30 yards behind him is Billy Cannon at 2,582 yards. So we've already had 3 running backs go over 2,500 yards. The winner might need to hit 3,000, as stupid as that sounds. I think you're definitely going to need 2,800 to win the rushing title, which is just insane. Insane. My best running back, if anyone's interested, is Gallimore of the Bears. He's at 1,318 yards. So if Gallimore were to double his season, he would still be behind Jim Brown. It's just sick. But there's Bart Starr now, driving down the field. Packers down by a field goal. Bart Starr's starting to heat up a little bit. Other statistic news. Well, if the Packers lose this game, the Bears clinch the division. So maybe the only reason to tune into the Bears game is if they do not sit Mike Ditka. Mike Ditka could be the first player. to get 100 receptions in a season. As again, we're talking real stats through 59, and then Sack to the Future stats starting in 1960. Ditka, I don't know exactly off the top of my head, but I think he's around 1,500 yards. So he's got like 94 catches, 1,500 yards, maybe 9 or 10 touchdowns. Pretty good year from the rookie. He is number 1 in the NFL in receptions. And there's Taylor, finds the hole and gets the touchdown. Well, I've been calling it for a while that Lombardi's going to turn this game over to Jim Taylor. They do, and of course he shows that that's the right decision. So the Packers drive down the field. If any computer-controlled team has the heart of a champion, it is these Packers. They are... I know Brian has played the Atlanta Falcons twice, and I have not played them at all. And so I will certainly defer to him. I know he's had problems with them. And even John had I think it was tied at halftime or something with the Giants. Obviously, the Giants were able to destroy the Falcons in the second half. But there has been some... The Falcons have at least made people pay attention to them as a semi-pro team that's probably going to make the playoffs. But unless that is legitimate, the Packers seem to be the only real computer team that is scary, especially if Kemp is legitimately hurt for the Chargers. The Chargers might be the second AI team that could knock somebody out. Oh my gosh. Alderoe, that was not a fun play for him. As big Willie Davis and Henry Jordan play meet at the quarterback. And the offensive and defensive line of the Packers, just nasty. And then you still have Hall of Fame running backs, Hall of Fame linebackers, Hall of Fame secondary guys. But the Titans are sticking with them. 2016, and Duro's going to run right up the middle and get down to the 38-yard line. So Alderoe has picked his times to run. He has not run like a full, but made a couple important scrambles, which is much nicer to see. Oh, but there, see, just when I say something. I mean, I guess he had Adderley bearing down on him there on the. Wait a minute, that's not Adderley. Adderley's 26. Not sure who the heck 21 is. Apparently some roster filler. Well, eventually we'll get to big enough rosters in the 70s and such that we can get past all the roster filler stuff influencing game. Duro's going to take off and run again, and he'll fight his way close to the first down. He's now scrambled 5 times for 55 yards. He still keeps ticking, though. I mean, if that's the only thing that works, you got to do whatever you can do. I mean, it's a one-score game here. If that leads to a game-winning touchdown, it's all worth it. Season on the line. The Titans lose their out. At the very least, they should be proud for the way they've played. They've kept it within 4 points of the Packers. But right now they're thinking that doesn't mean anything if they don't come back and win this game. And there's a nice throw to Curly Johnson out of the backfield. Duro now up to 153 yards throwing with his 55 on the ground. That gives him over 200 total yards. And the Titans are going to try to get one more play off on this side of the 2-minute warning in Packer territory now. This is hopefully going to be an amazing ending. Speaking of those Falcons, the Browns, who are 14-1, are only up by a touchdown. So the Falcons might be the other computer team that is for real. I don't like saying it because I certainly don't want to see a semi-pro team knock one of us off in the playoffs. Obviously, as a Bears fan, I would hate to see the Packers do it as well. But historically speaking, if the Packers knocked somebody out, I'd have no issues with it, only because they are loaded and great in the 60s. Here they're going to try to knock the Titans out, and I have been impressed with the Titans sticking with it so far. They're just 21 yards away from pulling off a huge upset. There's a completion to Christie. Unfortunately, he had to dive to make it, so that brings up a 3rd and 2. Titans hanging on to their timeouts. Guess they're thinking if they can go for it without using the timeouts, just in case they fail, they can call the quick 3 timeouts and get the ball back one more time. Eagles are starting to separate themselves from the Saints, so it looks like the Eagles will still hang on to that 6th seed in the NFC. Cowboys having no problems with the Panthers, so they will also stay on their heels. Durow. Ooh, that was a dangerous throw. Luckily, it was not picked off. 4th and 7 here. They do have 3 timeouts, but I don't think you can kick the field goal. You got to go for it, and then if you don't get it, use your timeouts on defense and hope to get the ball back one more time. Whatever their best play is, if it's Durow running, whatever it is, you got to do it here. 4th and 7. Durow throws it. It's incomplete. So that Packer defense holds. And now that's the man you got to stop. Jim Taylor's going to get it probably 3 times unless they go to Horning on one of the next 3 plays. The Titans have to stop him from getting 10 yards. Taylor does relish in closing games out, but the Titans have played so hard that I think they might have enough in them to stop him. Let's see. First carry. Taylor gets about 5 of it. That's more than the Titans would have liked. They do call timeout. 2nd and 5 now. Fortunately, we won't see the Packers sweep, but we will see a Packer run, I believe. Hand off to Taylor again, and nicely done. As the Titans hold them to just 2 on that one. That makes it 3rd and 3. So they give up 5 on the first, 2 on the second. Obviously, if the Packers get 5 here, they win. If they stop them to 2, this could be a great ending. Handoff Taylor, gets the hole, gets the first down. And that's the Packers for you. Jim Taylor is a closer, no doubt about that. Packers are going to win this thing unless they do a monumental coaching mistake and don't just kneel the ball here. Titans out of timeouts. And the Packers are going to come out in victory formation and keep the pressure on the Bears. So Packers keep the 2 seed alive for themselves. Force the Bears to play all their starters in Week 17, which means, again, all 8 user games will have a lot riding on them. The Titans are done. They played very hard here against Green Bay, but just came up a little short. 20-16, a 4-point loss. That ends the Titans season. They do have reasons to be excited for next year, though, as their defense really turned it on down the stretch here. Played the Bears well, played the Bills well, played the Packers well. Not well enough to win, though, as the Packers win 20-16. Thanks for watching, Ryan, Vinny, anyone else that checks out this game. Hope you enjoyed seeing a loaded Hall of Fame team play a tight game with this gritty New York Titans team that might be on its way to better things next year. But for this year, the Titans go home 20-16. The Packers looking to be anywhere from the 2 to 5 seed. We'll see what happens next week. Tonight, Vinny X Wolf Channel will wrap up Week 16. Make sure you check it out as the Colts will play the Steelers. Both of those teams allied for the playoffs. I believe the Colts have clinched the wild card, and the Steelers Must win to stay alive. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good day. Go Notre Dame. Bye.